A very warm welcome to all my lovely students of class 8. Today we are going to study English 1 chapter, that is unit 3, points of view. Activity 1. Read the following newspaper article from the Jalandhar News. See, it's a newspaper article from the Jalandhar News. The article is Chaos Reigns as Traffic Rules Are Ignored and written by Jatin Singh. Let us read it out. Jalandhar, January 19. Here orders are made to ignore and rules made to forget. See what is written here? Here orders are made to ignore. Ignore means not given attention to. And rules made to forget. And rules are made to forget. Calois disregard for public inconvenience. Calois means unsympathetic. And disregard means feeling of carelessness or disrespect for the public inconvenience. Inconvenience, that is a loss of comfort or any problem, trouble arise. Where on the part of Municipal Corporation Jalandhar, that is MCJ. And indifference on the part of traffic police is just the beginning of the problem that results in a chaotic traffic situation in the city. It is about the traffics and what chaos it happens in the traffic situation that is arise in the city. In 2006, the MC passed order, that is Municipal Corporation, they passed order banning the parking of scooters. Means what banning? Forbidding means refusing to allow to park the scooters and four-wheelers along the tri-junction. Tri-junctions means a place where three roads that come together in the front of the office. It was in front of its office. But the road leading from PNB Chowk to Jyoti Chowk is still today overcrowded. See, the road that was leading from PNB Chowk and going to the Jyoti Chowk, that is till today overcrowded it is with randomly parked vehicle. Randomly they are parked means without order. Randomly they have been done. An official from the MC said, see the officer from the MC said, we have done our part. We pass the orders properly. It's not our job to police the streets. See what they said, that they have that they have done their part and they have also passed the orders regarding it. And it is not their job to police the street. Even though years have elapsed means passed by, since the delivery of MCJ orders, we can see no visible efforts to correct the problem. See, in spite of passing they have passed they have passed this law. In spite of that order, in spite of passing the orders, we cannot see, they cannot see any efforts that are corrected to this problem. It looks as if the orders were passed only to complete the official formalities. It was only to pass the formalities. That is something that the law, official process they have said. And not for implementation. Implementation means what? Putting into practice. The MC originally built a parking zone for the public by taking over some land from the Nehru Garden area. See, the MC people, they have built a parking zone also for the public by taking what? Some part of land from whom? From the Nehru Garden area. But the zone is mostly limited, and that zone is very much limited to the employees of the corporation and few nearby bank also, people from there. See, when the uh, tribunes means what? Here it means a newspaper or daily. They visited the parking area. They come to this parking area. There were just 15 cars around and around 30 scooters parked. And most of them, they belong to this employees only. And what happened at the same time? There were long queues of vehicles. They are being passed along the sides of the road. And vehicles on the road were parked in a haphazard manner. Haphazard means what? They are not having any obvious order or a plan. Haphazard manner they are being parked and blocking the flow of traffic also. And the only no parking sign we found were in hidden corners. The busy area is famous for big chemist shop. See the area, they are busy area. It is, they are famous for what? Chemist shop, bakeries, roadside eateries, and shoe shop. And Rainak Bazaar and Dilkusha Market, with their narrow lanes, they were having a narrow lanes and heavy vehicular flow is there, had turned into a nightmare for shoppers. See that this narrow lane that has turned what into a nightmare, a very upsetting or frightening dreams. Nightmare, it means it is where any event or experience nightmare on this same shoppers, and they claim, see, the that has turned into a nightmare for the shoppers mean buyers. But the traffic police blame this nightmare on the same shoppers. They blame to the nightmare for this same shoppers only. And they claim that when a parking area was constructed on a built operate transfer basis in August 2006, the public failed to utilize it, and public has failed to utilize it. People here do not abide by the rules. See what is said, the people over here, they do not abide over rules. This same people would never run a traffic signal abroad, but here they need constant supervision, which is impossible. The people need the constant supervision should be there, and that is not possible, said the traffic police officer. But the people who frequent some of the city's oldest bazaar in the area have their own justification, means a good reason, or they have some type of explanation for something. A passing student told this reporter the authorities charge too much for parking. See what is said. A student who was passing from there. He told the reporter that authority people, they charge too much for parking. Who will pay 25 bucks, means money, 25 rupees money for only 15 to 20 minutes? Who will pay that much money? If you just want to guzzle, means if you just want to eat or drink quickly, eagerly, and usually in a large amount, quite if you just want to guzzle a tomato soup and have a quick bite at the tiki corner, you shouldn't have to pay so much. See, if you are over there, you don't have to pay so much for that food. With the shoppers flouting traffic and parking rules, flouting means intentionally they are not obeying the rule, and the parking rules, and the authorities and the police indifferent to the problem, the situation is doomed to the chaos. See, it is to be doomed means what? It is becoming worsening situation of destruction that cannot be avoided. So that was about the traffic, how the traffic rules are being ignored. That was in this article. I hope you have understood this. See, what is, let me talk about this, highlights of this. See, in this article that appeared in the Jalandhar News, the title Chaos Reigns as Traffic Rules Are Ignored. They reported by Jatin Singh, and it describes the chaotic traffic situation of Jalandhar for the lack of concern of municipal authorities, police, and public. And the road leading from PNB Chowk to Jyoti Chowk was overcrowded with randomly parked vehicles and flouting an order passed by MCJ. Authorities, they blame the police, but the traffic police, they blame the public for not abiding the rules of traffic. See, on the other hand, when we see the people got their own justification. See, a student who told to the reporter that the authorities, they charge so much money for parking, and hence the public park the vehicle here and there, which leads to a traffic chaos. That was all in this article. Now moving ahead, in activity 2, when writer tells the idea of other people, they can do it in different ways. One way is to show the exact words of the person by using direct quotation. Another way is to stay where close to the words and meaning, but without using a direct quotation. This can be called reported speech. See, what is reported speech? Reported speech is how we represent the speech of other people, or what we ourselves says. See, there are two types of reported speech, that is direct and indirect. Let us see in the example. This is an example of a direct quotation. The author uses quotation marks, that is punctuation marks, to show us that the words inside them are exactly the words that Ben said. See, in the quotation marks, the words are the words that has been spoken by Ben only. Ben said, "Do you mean that you enjoy it?" See, in the direct quotations are written where inside the quotation mark, and they show the exact words of the source. What the source has spoken, the exact word is being said. See, writing a person's idea in quotation marks, that shows the writer is using the exact words of the person. They are using the exact word what has been spoken by them. And if the writer needs to change, if he needs to change the exact words, this must be indicated with different punctuation. They are indicated by different punctuation. See, direct speech, they are reported by the exact words the person used and how we remember their words. That is about direct quotation. See, this is an example of reported speech. Reported speech tells us the meaning of what Ben said but changes the grammar so that no quotation marks are used. Reported speech is often used in newspapers. See, where reported speech are used? In newspaper. See, here it is. Ben asked Tom if he meant that he enjoyed painting the fence. See, here, see, in this, it is said, it has been, this reported speech, they tells us the meaning of what Ben said, and but the changes the grammar of, so that no quotation mark is being used in this sentence. See, let us see with the other example. Santoshi said, "I didn't realize it was midnight." And see, it is said over here. See, in this example, I became she, and the verb tense reflects. When we change it into indirect, it becomes how the original speaker, the words they are changed. That Santoshi said she hadn't realized it was midnight. See, in this example, when we talk about I became she and the verb tense, that reflects the fact that the time has passed since the words were spoken. So, didn't realize become hadn't realized. And see, indirect speech are they focuses more on the content of what someone said rather than their exact words. So, indirect speech is original speaker's words are changed. And see, in that Santoshi said she hadn't realized it was midnight. That was about all reported speech. See, now moving to the activity 3. Remember that a summary of a source is about the source. See, what is said, the summary of any source is about the source only. So the summary of chaos reigns as traffic rules are ignored by Jatin Singh will not be about parking. It was not about the parking, but it will be about the main ideas of the author. What is his idea about Jatin Singh's? And the author's main idea is what? The point of view. What is his point of view to describe this in his own judgment about the situation? See, in the Jalandhar news, Jatin Singh put forth his view. See, he has put all his views that with the shoppers flouting traffic. See, he has made the views that the shoppers they are flouting traffic, and all the parking rules and authorities and the police are indifferent to the problems, and the situation is doomed to chaos. That was all about that chaos reigns as the traffic rules are ignored, and Jatin Singh has he has said all about the ideas of his own ideas, and author's ideas are his ideas, and his point of view is being described in that. See, notice that Jatin Singh did not speak these words. See, he did not spoke, but they are the exact words that he wrote, and that all the words that we have read earlier, that about the words that are being spoken by an official from the MS, they said municipal corporation. That, do you remember that we have read We have done our part. We pass the orders properly. It's not our job to police the streets. See, it is in the quotation mark. It is the exit word that has been said by municipal corporation. And see other words also. People here do not abide by the rules. These same people would never run a traffic signal abroad. But here they need constant supervision. See, it is also which is impossible. See, these words are also spoken by traffic police officer. See, these all words are not of the author. They are being spoken by someone. And at the last, we have seen another example also. A student was being asked and he told the reporter few words. Authorities charge too much for parking. Who will pay 25 bucks for only 15 to 20 minutes if you just want to guzzle? See, all these words, they are spoken by the people and that is been mentioned. So see in this see when we have noticed all this thing, there these words did not speak this word, author did not speak this word, but they are exact words that he wrote. Jatin Singh has written, and we use quotation marks. See, quotation marks are also used to show the exact words written in text as well as to show the exact word that the people speak. See, point of view. What is the meaning of point of view? Point of view is a particular way of thinking about something. And see, one's point of view is influenced by the type of a person one is. See how it is influenced by the person one he is or she is, and by one's experience also it comes to know by their, see, the type of person you are by your experience. See, in the other way words we say that we can say that it is one's own individual opinion about something. And see, everybody's opinion about a thing may be different and everyone has a unique point of view. So point of view differs from one to another, and their exit point of view is their own way of thinking and their own way of presenting one's own experience. I hope you all have understood till here. Thank you for listening.